Today we're going to dive into some hot new tech developments, that are shaping the future. We have a wide variety of material here, ranging from humanoid robots and heavy industrial automation to some surprising things in health and communication. The idea is to extract what really matters in these advancements.
Let's start with the update on Tesla's Optimus. Then we'll see how robots are tackling heavy work on the railroad. There's also an emotion-focused companion robot, headphones that promise almost instantaneous translation, an eye implant that seems like science fiction, and different hybrid delivery robots, plus the launch of Tesla's Robotaxi app.
Let's take a look at the highlights of all this, shall we? Starting with Tesla's Optimus, version 2.5 has arrived with a look gold, very flashy design. The material we analyzed indicates some design improvements. It's smoother, the joints are more discreet, and it has integration with Grok, Tesla's AI, for voice commands.
But it's not all roses. The demonstrations showed it being a bit hesitant, a bit slow, and it was even said that it's an intermediate version with a high estimated price, something like $200,000 to $500,000. And what's fascinating here is precisely this contrast, right? The vision is super ambitious, but the current performance and this price put it in a category of, almost a luxury prototype.
It's a far cry from the $40 million robots that are already focused on industrial tasks. Reading the analyses, it seems that Tesla's bet might not be to compete directly on the factory floor right now, but perhaps to create something more aspirational, that redefines the category. But the reports also mention production challenges and team turnover. It's complicated.
It raises the question, right? Can Tesla really lead this race, or does it risk falling behind even with the promise of a sublime version 3? Shifting focus a bit, moving from this humanoid ambition to a more down-to-earth, perhaps, but no less impactful automation. On the tracks, Delta Railroad Services introduced the Hook.
It's an unloader wagon, but fully automated. It was made to unload those very long rails, the CWR, right where they need to be. This replaces a manual job that was very dangerous and time-consuming. Exactly. And the main impact, as the data shows, is a huge leap in efficiency and safety.
The machine does the job in a fraction of the time. This speeds up schedules, increases productivity, and its versatility, right? It handles different wagons, rails, and moves like a normal wagon. It really shows how automation is making strong inroads in very traditional sectors where we might not have expected to see it so soon, right? Indeed.
Now for a robot with a completely different purpose, LEQ from Intuition Robotics. It looks nothing like a human, you see. It's more like a modern desk lamp. It uses AI to interact, keep company, designed mainly for the elderly or people who live alone. The idea came from the need for emotional connection that the founder noticed.
The interesting thing is that LEQ is proactive. It's the one that starts conversations, suggests activities, remembers appointments, and adjusts its personality to the user. The goal is to motivate, to engage, but without the idea of replacing a human caregiver. You understand? And it identifies itself as an AI, precisely to avoid that uncanny valley, that weird feeling when something artificial seems almost human, but not quite.
They plan to expand its conversational abilities. This raises a very interesting question about the future of these AI companions, their role, definitely. And how about breaking the language barrier almost magically? That's the promise of the headphones from Time Kettle. They use AI and bone conduction to translate in real time.
We're talking about 42 languages, 95 accents with a minimal delay, like 0.2 seconds. And this bone conduction captures the voice through vibrations in your face, This helps to ignore the surrounding noise. And then the translation software, the BBE works better. Yes, reports indicate very high accuracy, above 98%, and a good ability to understand the context of the conversation, which is crucial, right? The usage modes, like a direct conversation or listening, and then playing back the translation and the extras, like transcription, summary, offline mode, all of this makes the technology very practical for travel, business, or even a casual chat. It seems like a truly significant step in connecting people, you see? Very cool.
Moving on to the medical field, there's some impressive research. Scientists are working on an eye implant that could, get this, restore vision for those with a damaged cornea without needing a transplant. The system from the company's Expense and Intracare works with external glasses. They film and send the images wirelessly to a microdisplay inside the eye. And this display projects everything directly onto the retina with a resolution of 450 by 450 pixels.
The big breakthrough here is completely bypassing the damaged cornea. The studies mention a patented technique that overcame problems of previous electronic implants. The forecast is for human trials within 2 years. If it really works, it's a very powerful technological alternative to biological transplants, although, of course, the issue of acceptance might arise, of having a chip in your eye, as you said.
That's true. And technology is literally hitting the streets. Over in Switzerland, Migros Online and River Robotics are testing the River One, a delivery robot. It's derived from that animal-like robot from ETH Zurich, and it has a very curious hybrid design. It has legs that also become wheels. This allows it to climb stairs, walk on uneven terrain, and also roll well on asphalt.
For now, it only handles the last mile of delivery, coming out of vans that still have human drivers. That's right. The navigation is autonomous. It uses LiDAR, cameras, GPS, but there's remote human supervision for safety. The goal, according to the material, is to alleviate the physical burden on delivery drivers and also to test new forms of urban logistics. Previous tests that took place in Zurich and Texas show that this delivery technology is evolving very quickly.
Interesting. And to wrap up, Tesla took a very concrete step toward an autonomous future. It launched the Robotaxi app. It started on iOS in Austin and San Francisco. Whoever downloads the app gets on a waiting list for the service. And the terms of use make it very clear. Trips without a safety driver on board are considered fully autonomous.
Yeah, looking at the bigger picture, this is a key move in Elon Musk's vision, right, of having robotaxis running globally by the end of next year. This is despite all the regulatory challenges that still exist. Of course, the app itself is simple, very focused on hailing the car. But the central question that emerges from the analyses is, will the public trust getting into a car with no one at the wheel? That's the big question.
We've seen an incredible overview today, haven't we, of how technology is advancing on so many different fronts, with robots becoming more present at work, even seeking an emotional space at home. And AI is breaking down communication barriers, creating health solutions that seemed impossible. And automation is redesigning transportation and delivery.
Thinking about all this, machines learning to interact emotionally, technology overcoming biological limits like vision, it leaves us with a reflection, right? What will be the next fundamental aspect of our human experience that technology will transform in a way that we can't even imagine yet today?
This video doesn't end now. It continues with us chatting in the comments. If you found this video interesting, I invite you to become a channel member and like this video. Up here on the right, I will leave a video suggestion for you to continue with me. See you in the comments and in the next video. See you soon.